everybody, Earl at thelogbook.com, back for more Voyages of Shelf Discovery, and we are continuing to go through the grab bag, which is more of a grab box, but just go with it, okay? As I mentioned in the previous grab bag show, there were some technical difficulties, so there was kind of a grab bag episode 1, and then it went down in flames, and what you actually wound up seeing was like grab bag episode 1.2. The whole point of this is that some of these things are things that I have picked up, as cheaply as possible. Some of them have been given to me. Some of them I have, picked up a long time ago and fully intended to have opened them by now, but it just hasn't happened. So this seems like a good way to go through the backlog, kind of a fun way to do it. And, it's a surprise for you. Well, it's a surprise for me, too. So, let's reach in and grab somebody somewhere. Oh, hang on. I've got somebody here. I've got, fairly new one. We have Fennec Shand from the Book of Boba Fett. And, grab someone else out. Oh! And we have Ahsoka Tano from The Mandalorian. So we've got the accidental Star Wars theme going here. By all means, let's dig in and see who we, we know who we have, but let's see how the figures are and try very hard not to completely destroy the packaging, even though I am opening it. That's about as well as I did back in the 70s and 80s, too. The only thing missing is that proof of purchase has not been cut out of it. Okay, so we have Ahsoka with 2 lightsabers, because, of course. And now this is Ahsoka from The Mandalorian, so this is older Ahsoka from the 2nd season of that show. The packaging is proving to be surprisingly stubborn. Alright, so these are, since these are the vintage collection and not the retro collection, you have quite a range of movement, including not standing up properly unless it's very carefully set up. Let me see if I can get her lightsabers out of here. Oh, they're taped. Of course they are. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? The vintage collection seems so squarely aimed at older collectors. I mean, so I kind of question the, some of the measures, some of the security measures in the packaging. You really think someone my age is going to try to make off with any of the contents of this package in an underhanded way? Of course, that's assigning a lot of faith in humanity that may be misplaced. I believe that's actually a line from the prequel somewhere. everyone's faith in Anakin may be misplaced. Okay, so we have the lightsabers in hand. The figure herself seems really delicate, so I'm being exceedingly cautious here. And lightsaber in each hand. And I'm gonna see if I can get something kind of appropriate going on here as far as the pose goes. Maybe, maybe not. And also wanted to have one lightsaber in front, one lightsaber behind, not just because of the pose, but to balance everything out. So, not a bad figure at all. Not at all surprised that they got this one out as relatively quickly as they did. The funny thing about figures of Ahsoka is I know that they are a thing, they're out there, but this is only like the second or third one that I've collected, because the sad truth of the matter is the Clone Wars animated series, I caught up on after a lot of it had already aired, which means that I slept on the figures from that show. And I don't really have any regrets there, because I've only got so much space and I've only got so much money. And at the time the Clone Wars was airing, I didn't exactly have a lot of money to throw around. So now we have Fennec Shand. Now the branding on the figure packaging is Book of Boba Fett, but the accessories, it's kind of funny, kind of make me think this is really more like last scene of season 2 of Mandalorian, because she's got the big blue jug of space booze, which I don't believe that was a recurring thing once you got into the Book of Boba Fett itself. You know, she didn't have time for that, because she was having to fish Boba Fett's fat out of the fire many times. It's a neat little figure. The kind of her jacket is a hard material on top, but down here it's cloth that's attached to the figure. We get her where she'll stand while I am unloading her copious accessories here. It's kind of an interesting arrangement. There are 2 trays, because you have this kind of giant sniper rifle accessory in one. And of course, it's taped, because why wouldn't it be? And Fortunately, this one has a shoulder strap, so she, she can be armed without, having something in hand at all times. Okay, so that's the one tray. She's got a more conventional blaster, her helmet, and the big blue jug of space booze. In the other tray, looks like the helmet will actually go on her. I say it looks that way, but it's awfully small. So she may just have to hang on to it until she can throw it at a stormtrooper. Interesting. I will, oh. Disarming. Okay. Alright, we have her blaster. And the aforementioned Space Moonshine here. Which I'm not sure if any of that's being seen. I need to put it more toward the back. That's what I need to do for it to be visible. And even then, it's not terribly visible. So let me kind of set her up with one of her weapons. She may have to carry it rather than actively pointing it. And put that one back on her shoulder. There she is. Very nice likeness, I have to say. I'm not sure what to make of the helmet. Oh, actually, it's got it's a head swap. It's a head swap, so it's a different head. Okay, you don't put the helmet on her. Very good, Earl. Glad you could figure this out. You don't put the helmet on her. It's a head swap. So you pop her head off her body and put the helmet on. Okay, that's one way to do it. I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm thinking in terms of the Princess Leia as Bausch figure from 1983. So, there we have a couple of heroes of occasionally questionable motives from the Star Wars universe. Always happy to see them, and nice additions to the figure shelf. I'm really liking this. Really liking this era of Star Wars streaming. Yeah, I liked at least 2 out of the 3 movies from the sequel trilogy, but I think a little bit more care in the overall construction of where everything fits in the universe. I think more care is being taken with the streaming shows. Mainly because you have Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau kind of guiding everything. Now, as I said before, these are about to be a thing of the past. The blister cards, because we've already seen the packaging for the figure of Boba Fett himself from the Book of Boba Fett. The deluxe vintage collection, which, it comes with quite a few accessories, I guess, to justify the box he's in. But we're about to start seeing these things show up in boxes rather than on cards with clear plastic bubbles, because, of course, the plastic for the bubbles is a very much like the figures themselves, it's a petroleum derivative, and that's all getting more expensive. It really kind of makes you wonder what the future is for toys like these, or are toys like these going to be phased out along with my generation?